Hey folks, welcome back. Got a cool product here sent to me by my friends over at BetaFPV. This is the VR02 FPV box goggles. And typically box goggles come in at a much lower price point for a very good kind of beginner entry level experience and price. These goggles are no exception. Very interesting design. I really kind of like these things. The soft touch material on them, it makes it feel premium. The shell's pretty hard. The interface is very simple. Built-in battery, USB-C charging, gets about 2 hours of working time. I'd say more or less like about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes tops. And it does use all 48 channels. None of them are locked out in this set of goggles. So one of the things I really kind of noticed that was different about this is the size. These things are tiny, like normal size man hand, and you know they're small. They look they look small on your face, but the quality of the screen is way nicer than the Eachine EV600Ds or 800D, and the Eachine EV800DMs. One thing that I don't see on this is a focus adjustment, but this uses a little bit different technology than some of those budget box goggles. Another thing you'll notice is no antennas. There's no antennas. The antennas are all internal to the goggle themselves. So I want to get in here and see what kind of setup they actually have for the antennas, and I can show you the unique way that BetaFPV gets the image from your quad to your eyeballs. All right, let's head over to the bench. All right, so the BetaFPV goggle comes with a 3-position head strap. Let's go ahead and just get this guy out of here. Which it's a very comfortable head strap. I do kind of like the 3-point mounting of it, but I don't think it's super necessary with a box goggle that's as light as these ones. Let me take out the faceplate. We'll go ahead and leave screws in there. And there's the inside of the goggle. There's the bottom half. Top half, just a little power switch fell out, no big deal there. And there's the top half. And here is our goggle itself. This is the button board, power switch, charging port. Here's our receiver module. I'm sure it's just a bog standard ARC 5808. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I think it is. And here's our antenna. It is just a PCB based antenna. Let's see if there's any markings on it. See what kind of gain this thing has. Nope, no info whatsoever, and that's fine. So BetaFPV is saying that this antenna is a 5.8 gigahertz, obviously, 14 dBi antenna. But remember, this type of antenna is going to be very directional, so the quad needs to be facing in front of you, anything off to the sides, and it's going to start to lose signal very quickly. Especially with that high gain antenna. The higher the gain, typically the narrower the beam. So that is the antenna. Luckily, it's on a UFL, so if you did want to modify these goggles to use a traditional antenna on a SMA, you could easily modify your shell and this antenna mount here to put an SMA out the top, like most goggles do. Here's our lithium polymer battery. It's a single cell, 2000 milliamp battery, which could very easily be replaced if you wanted to add more power or more runtime to these goggles. So it is just on a regular pH 2.0 connector. Switches look like they're very easily replaced and repaired if you had to. And here is our screen. So the screen, it's a 4.3 inch, it's 800 by 480 resolution, which does put it in that weird resolution range. If it's not exactly 4:3 and it's definitely not 16:9, this resolution is 5:3, which is kind of like a cell phone style dimension. But unlike other goggles that have that weird 5:3 aspect ratio, this one doesn't look weird when you're looking at it in the goggles. And also, if this is the only set of goggles you have, you're not going to know the difference anyways. So there's your screen. If it gets dirty, which this one, it's got little fingerprints all over it, so I'll definitely clean it while I'm in there. And that's the back side of the PCB. Here is our mirror. So the way this goggle works is it takes the image, displays it down on this mirror, off this lens, and into your eyeballs. It's a very interesting setup. It does make the goggles very compact, and I'll be honest, it feels like they're way less stressful on my eyes. Box goggles usually hurt my eyes when I'm using them. This set definitely doesn't feel that way. There you go. Give you a good look of the innards there before I put these things back together. All right, let's see if I can give you a close-up of the interface here. It's not a bad interface. There are better and there are worse out there. So once we power the goggle on, we can hold down the S button here on the side. And it should auto scan and find the channel that we're looking for. Now, if you're not 100% sure if this is the channel you want, give it a short tap and it'll show which channel we're set up on. And we're set up on B8. And like most auto searches, that's not the channel I need. So once we're in this menu, if we long hold the search button, it'll scan the entire 48 channel band. And the ones in red are the ones where it has the highest return. And we can scroll through these with the other two buttons until we find the channel we're looking for. There we are. And click the search button, and there you go. You're dialed in. Now, the one unfortunate thing is there's not a on-screen display all the time, so you can see which channel the goggle is on versus your quad. But for the price point of these goggles, which is pretty affordable, I think that's quite all right. So the BetaFPV VR02 goggle, what do I think? I think this is actually a very good entry goggle for anybody who's looking to get into this hobby on a budget. And the best part about it is after you've either don't like the hobby, which I don't know why you wouldn't, or B, you do like the hobby and you want to get something better, like a set of Fat Sharks, some DJI goggles, some Orcas, hang on to these things. These are awesome little ride-along goggles because they fit very, very nicely inside a bag. They don't take up a ton of space like other box goggles do, and they're not as expensive as, say, using a set of Fat Sharks for ride-along goggles in case somebody tends to run off with your stuff. And this is definitely a better experience than the stupid little FPV watches, which those things are really expensive, especially compared to what you can get a set of box goggles for. The reception is good. It's not great, it's not bad, it's good. It's good for a set of budget box goggles. And I keep saying budget. Over on BetaFPV, they're $50. If you're interested in the set, click the link in the video description, give me a cut. Now, with that said, I showed you what they look like on the inside. If you wanted to improve the reception or change the type of reception from a patch to an Omni, that's a very easy modification to do. Just get a UFL to SMA connector, poke a hole in the top, or somewhere wherever you can find space, and then just buy a regular omnidirectional antenna like a long distance AXI or something like that. So very usable. It's not diversity. It's a standard RX5808 module, just like almost every box goggle out there. There are a few exceptions out there where they do have their own proprietary modules. I don't think this is one of them. I didn't see anywhere where it said RX5808, but looking at the form factor and the price point, that's my assumption. It's probably a 5808. So with that budget price, no DVR, and the light leak is not bad. There's a little bit around the bridge of my nose, which seems to be the hard spot for just about any goggle manufacturer. They're very comfortable on my face, but that's my face. I don't know how they'll fit on yours. This is a good set of goggles, especially if you're new or you're young, like smaller kids. I put this on my daughter and it fits her perfect. But again, with that patch antenna, you've got to have the quad out in front of you. If the quad's behind you, you're going to have very, very poor reception. That's just the nature of patch antenna. And these are the easiest box goggles I have ever opened up. And I've opened up a lot of different goggles. There's some links over here if you want to see some other goggles that I've opened up, like the, the unopenable orcas. Yeah, tore those suckers all the way down and put them back together again. No broken parts. All right, folks, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for looking at this. I hope you like these types of videos. If you do, go to tweetfpv.com. Click on the links down there if you want to show me some love. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that YouTuber stuff. And check out these goggles over on BetaFPV.com. Good goggles. Remember, this is just a sample size of one. It was sent to me by BetaFPV for review. There has been no influence or editorial control of this video. These are my opinions and my opinions only of a sample size of one. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you all next time.